frequency, if I were to play something right now, it'd probably be like Sade. Can we play some? Can you like cut it off in the video? What's up, everybody? What is good, everybody? Boom! What is good, everybody? It's Tiana Gee AKA Tee, and we're back at it again. But this time, we're doing something very close to my heart, which is pasta. We're gonna be making sweet potato gnocchi. And we're gonna be hooking this gnocchi up with a little bit of veg. We have some caulilini, we got some beautiful mushrooms, and we're gonna serve it with a nice pistou. This dish is gonna be very herb forward because I love herbs, all right? I think everything needs herbs. So let's get into making the pasta dough. We are going to take our sweet potatoes and we're just gonna stab them. Literally just like prick them with a fork and just get in there. Like anybody in particular you don't really mess with right now, they're the sweet potato. Gnocchi, really traditionally what? They use russet potatoes. But I'm doing sweet potatoes because for one, I love sweet potatoes. So after we're done pricking them up, we're just going to pop them on a sheet tray and then we're gonna get them roasting at high heat, like 375 for maybe like an hour and some change. Okay, so sweet potatoes are finito. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna peel them. They're steaming, they're hot, they're looking gorgeous. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna scoop the flesh out of these sweet potatoes. We don't even really need to scoop it. I mean, I guess you could just peel it like that and the peel will come right off. This smells great to me already. I love sweet potatoes. I love the color of sweet potatoes. I love the way they taste, and I love the way they smell. And I love that they bring me to my happy place. Okay, so we're gonna add our sweet potatoes into this ricer. If you guys have a tammy, you guys can pass them through a tammy, or yeah, you just wanna make sure they're nice and mushed up. So I'm just taking a little bit of the sweet potato and I'm popping them in this ricer. And what we're gonna do is create sweet potato confetti with this. Ooh. Ah, there we are. I mean, you could mash it, but I find that sweet potatoes have a lot of fibers in them. Like these little, like as you can see on the potato, like the strokes. Those are the fibers. I just want to make sure like I pass those so when I go into bite a gnocchi, I don't have like this like stringy texture when I'm eating them. There's all these little fibers that are sticking on the back of the ricer. Those are the sweet potato hairs. Oh, snap. He's making a mess. So we're just popping everything in there. All right, so now we're gonna season the dough, okay? So we're gonna pop in some clove. We're gonna pop in some, I don't want to say the wrong one. Razzle Hanout. We're gonna pop in some cayenne. And then, last but not least, we're just gonna do a little bit of nutmeg. So these flavors are just bringing some spice into our dough versus it just being like flat sweet potato. I kind of wanted to have some levels of spice in there. And I think these spices work really well with each other. I'm gonna add some salt. Good amount of salt. Good amount of salt. Five spice is a Chinese five spice. There's 5 spices in here. It's almost like licorice a little bit. Well, it's gonna complement all the other spices we have. They're gonna go hand in hand, they're gonna hold hands, and they're gonna be amazing. Great. Mixy, mixy. And then we're gonna go ahead and add our ricotta into the mix. So what ricotta is gonna do is gonna make it nice and light and fluffy. You want it to be like a little pillow, like a little cloud. You want it to be light. You don't wanna overwork this dough at all. And that ricotta is gonna give it that nice, light and airy texture. And then I'm gonna give it a taste because if this doesn't taste good, then your dough's not gonna taste good. So I'm gonna taste it before I add the egg yolks. I mean, if you don't really mind tasting raw egg yolks, do you? I'm just gonna give it a taste. I think it's perfect. I just need to add a little bit more salt. We got big hair and big flavors right here, right now, all right? In goes our egg yolks, which is gonna help bind the dough together and give it a nice richness. So in my world, in gnocchi world, I like to do 1 potato, 1 egg yolk, 1 cup of flour. The cup of flour might change, all right? Depending on how wet your potatoes are, I feel like you can't really say. I can't really give it a measurement. And that's one of the things that it's one of those things you just really have to feel out. That being said, let's feel it out. Let's get into it together. I'm gonna take a cup of flour. I like to take my time. I think great things take time. I don't want to rush the pasta. I want to make sure I'm incorporating that love in there, that TLC. That's a major key when cooking with tea. That's another bar. Why do I always rhyme? Like, have you noticed? Like, I just say things and they're just like, sounds like rhymes and rhythms. Anyways, going in again, more flour. In the end product, we don't want it to be like super sticky and we don't want it to be too dry. So we can see it's drying up and it's coming together and it's becoming tacky, very tacky. All right, so at this point, y'all, we got 3 cups of flour in here. And I almost want to divide it now so that way I can like just add that much more care and love into each ball of dough. So that being said, I'm going to lightly flour our counter and then I'm going to knead the dough. You want it to feel like there's air inside. I feel like each gnocchi and each pasta dough is a different journey. So I would definitely advise you guys to like take your time with it, you know? Now's the time to start shaping these. So yeah, so I'm just cutting these down to make this more manageable because what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll them out. So this, you wanna start in the middle and you wanna pull out. You're really just like using your fingers, not really the palm of your hand, you wanna use your fingers. I would definitely say that I was like the queen of pasta, and I still would say that I am a pasta queen and I am a queen and I am a pasta. We are now going to cut the snakes into little pillows. You know, sometimes people leave them like this. It depends, this kind of really depends. People leave them at this stage, or you guys can feel free to rib it up or ridge it up with a gnocchi paddle. If you don't have a gnocchi paddle, you can totally use like the back of a fork. I've done it that way before too. We're gonna keep on cutting this up into some pillows. So yeah, that's it pretty much. Super fun, right? Are you guys getting bored of me now, just watching me cut all of these up? Okay. We've cut them all. Do I have my armpit shape? We cut them all. Okay, so now that the pasta's all over the place, we're going to get into rolling it. So I like to take this little gnocchi paddle that I have here, kind of just like press it, and it'll roll and it'll get like ridges. And then once I get to this point, I'm taking this finger and I'm rolling it over. So then on the opposite side, it kind of has like a little bit of a fold, and that's another great source of sauce. You can totally do it without the ridges. You can totally leave it at this point. I've seen it like that. I've seen it many different kinds of ways, but I'm going to rib it up. I'm going to take it there, go that extra step. I think it looks beautiful like this too. I don't know, right now I'm like actually really rusty because like I haven't been in the restaurant biz for a minute because of quarantine, since quarantine. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. How long has quarantine been? 9 months? I haven't been in the restaurant in 9 months. Okay, the pasta's finito. We're done. It's perfect. It's beautiful. It's ribbed up. We got all these beautiful sweet potato gnocchi ready to be in love. Look at that. We're gonna turn our pasta water on now, and then we're gonna get into making some pistou. So I'm turning our pasta water on. All right, pasta water is on officially. We're going to season it like the ocean. With some salt. Let's just go for it. We're gonna take our herbs. Love herbs so much, and I think herbs make everything better. I think herbs make the world a better place. We're gonna take our parsley. So a pistou, okay, so there's like this thing, right? There's pistou, there's gremolata, there's charmula, there's salsa verde, there's pesto, there's all kinds of green sauces. I wanted the pasta to have a nice sauce, but I didn't want it to be dredged in sauce. I don't want to smother the gnocchi. I want the gnocchi to shine on its own. We're gonna take the basil. Ha, it smells amazing. It smells great. So what this pistou is gonna do is gonna turn this gnocchi all the way up. So if you thought we were turned up before, you ain't seen nothing yet. And then we're gonna take our basil and then we're going to stack all of our leaves. So now at this point, the basil and the parsley are incorporated. So now we're doing the cilantro, the cilantro. And we are getting into chopping up some cilantro. Cilantro, just like that, cilantro. Who wants to say cilantro? This cilantro is just going to really make this Pistou, aka salsa verde, aka gremolata, or whatever you want to call it. It's just gonna make for an amazing, amazing sauce. I'm taking my mortar and pestle, adding a little bit of salt, some oil into it. I'm gonna take our Calabrian chilies, seeds and all. I'm gonna pop them into our mortar and pestle, removing the stem from them, popping it into our mortar and pestle. Oops. Okay, and then the remaining oil from the Calabrian chilies, I'm just gonna pop in with our herbs. And now I'm going to just like grind our Calabrian chilies up. And then I'm gonna take some of our herbs. I'm gonna pop this in there as well. What a mess. Herbs are here. Chilies in here. Herbs are on the counter too. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. They're never gonna go away. I'm gonna add a touch of oil. By touch, I mean a lot. Lots of oil, lots of olive oil. Then I'm gonna microplane some garlic. Lots of garlic. So this fresh garlic is just gonna make for some spice. Garlic is spicy, especially when it's raw. We're gonna zest our cut lemons. It's gonna add a really nice brightness, like a floral note to it. It smells great so far. And then I'm going to strain some lemon juice. It looks great. I think it looks fantastic. This is gonna sit while we're cooking the veg and the pasta. All right, guys, so now we're gonna get into cutting some veg in our veggies that we have today. We have some caulilini, king oyster mushrooms, some lion's manes, some banchimenjis, and then we got some maitakes, we got some arugula, almonds, we got some pecorino, butter, rosemary, thyme, bada boom, bada bing. So we're gonna take some caulilini. We're gonna cut the caulilini in half. We are using this, we're highlighting this, as well as some amazing mushrooms that we have. I'm just taking the caulilini and I am cutting it down. So we're starting out with something like this, and then we are ending with something like this. Perfect. Perfect. So that looks like a great amount of cauli to me. Cooked next is some shroomies. So we're gonna take our king oysters, I'll cut this in half, like that. And I am going to actually cut it at a bias, like this. So there's pieces that we're gonna sear off. It's gonna add for a nice, meaty, fleshy texture to our pasta. And then we're going to take our maitakes. We're gonna cut the butt off, or the foot, as you would say. This would be perfect for mushroom stock. And the maitakes will just like separate like this. Since our king oysters take a little bit of time to cook, I'm gonna get my pan heated now, because those are gonna go in first versus all the other mushrooms. And we're gonna take our lion's manes, same deal, we're gonna cut the foot off, foot of the mushroom. We're gonna take our little beautiful afro puffs and just like pull back, peel them back. Look at all this medley of mushrooms. We love it, we love to see it. Okay, so our pan for our caulilini is hot, so I'm just going to cut some butter. That's going in there. Oops, really hot, with a little bit of olive oil. Yeesh. Caulilini's going in. We're gonna season the caulilini with a little bit of salt, pepper. Pasta water is hot, so at this point we are going to add our gnocchi in the mix. So you'll know when the gnocchi are done when they float to the surface of the pot. Yeah, you want to give them a mix on the bottom so they don't like stick together on the bottom. At this point, I'm adding the shroomies. Shroomies are going in. Add just a little bit more pepper, a little bit more salt. Add some butter, aka butter, a little bit more olive oil, just because I know mushrooms, they're like a sponge, they're gonna absorb all the fat. So I'm just going to add a little bit more of fat to sear these mushrooms off. Then I'm going to throw in a sprig of thyme and a sprig of rosemary. Let's taste that caulilini. I love vegetables. I really do. That was good. Veggies are doing their thing. I'm turning this pan on here because once I cook the gnocchi and they're floating to the top, I'm going to sear them off. A little bit of butter and a little bit of olive oil. We got a floater. We got a floater! Ah, we got a floater! They're floating, they're cooking, they're working okay. Butter's going into this pan. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil. Gnocchis that are floating are coming out. Butter is browning and perfect. So at this point, we're gonna add our gnocchi to this butter. Just so it's a nice even layer on the bottom. You don't wanna go too much on there. You wanna be able to like sear them so they're like perfect and brown. So look it, gnocchi is browning on the side. So I'm just gonna flip them over. Give them a nice toss in that butter. Right now would be even a great time to add just a little bit of rosemary and thyme into the gnocchi, just so you're seasoning that butter. So a little bit of herbs. So once those are nice and tossed up in there, so we're gonna just take some of these beautiful gnocchis. Very eclectic, homemade with love. And then I am layering our mushrooms and our caulilini, some more gnocchi. So we're just like layering them. And then I'm going to shave just a little bit of pecorino on the top. Don't be afraid to make it rain with the cheese, all right? A little bit pesto here and there and everywhere. And then we're gonna take some almonds. So I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of almonds on top, just for some crunch. And then, last but not least, we are popping some fresh arugula. 4 hours later. So what we have here is just a super veggie forward meal, which is great. We love to eat veggie forward meals. We got some beautiful mushrooms, some beautiful caulilini. So this took lots of hard work and dedication, but I'm so excited to taste this, yeah. Magnifique. Amazing. So good. Love that we seared it just a little bit longer. So now it has a really, really nice crust on the outside, and it's really soft and pillowy on the inside. The mushrooms are amazing. Caulilini, to die for. Really, what's really tying the whole thing together is that Pistou and the pecorino cheese. That's what's really tying this whole thing together. If you guys Googled hotmess.com or just like typed in hotmess.com, my name would come up. It'd be a picture of me right now in this exact moment.